let's talk about porn. Let's talk about it. It's not just a guy thing, and it's not harmless, unfortunately. Historically, I have no issues with porn. I've indulged myself. Yes, that's right, I have. And for men, it's different because your brain is wired to take in this visual information. Any sort of hub for porn, they're gonna feed you more and more and more images, and you literally kind of can't resist. It's very dangerous territory. And then not to mention, you obviously can go into a bunch of different novelties. You can look and see anything or anyone. I mean, it's magical. However, it dulls your sensitivity and it creates major problems with your erection, with your self-esteem, with your ability to have sex with real women. It's bad for your health. And no, this is not a shame fest. This is about awareness, healing, and growth. I am not trying to make anybody feel bad for these habits that they've developed. In the world we live in, we've all developed them. So let's leave the shame outside of the room for this one and just be realistic with ourselves about what it is that we're going through and what we're exposing ourselves to, okay? If you are dealing with depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, ED, or even just feeling numb to life, you need to hear this because unfortunately, I think porn might be the problem. Young men between the ages of 18 and 25 are having social anxiety and depression in numbers that have never been recorded. And they are directly correlated to being raised in technology. So they're referred to as tech natives. Tech natives are very susceptible to social anxiety and depression. Young men who are born into the age of technology, they've been exposed to porn at a young age, probably a very young age, 9 years old or even younger. And so before they're interacting with real women, before they're developing their own social skills and confidence, they're viewing porn. These same men who have developed habits or addiction towards porn, when they quit porn and they go a few months without it, they feel like they are a whole different person. They have more confidence, social bravery, they have less depression, they're happier, they're more extroverted, and they actually want to talk to women. They want to talk to girls. And the boners, the fucking boners, so much better after you quit porn. So porn is not just a harmless habit. It can be extremely addicting. Scientists compare the hits that you get on porn to cocaine. And you're gonna want more and more and more. I have had a mild addiction or habit towards porn, but women's brains and bodies are built differently in this regard, okay? I am burning up and hot 1 to 2 weeks out of the month, and then I'm cold the other 2. Men's sexual drive is a furnace that is constantly burning, and the porn industry knows this. And they take advantage of you. It hijacks your brain's dopamine system. Dopamine is your pleasure system of the brain, and porn hijacks it and it drains it. Over time, your brain builds up a tolerance. And then guess what? You need more for the same hit. Not only more, but darker, mysteriouser, and more twisted images. And eventually the things that should bring you joy, like love, laughter, food, and sex, become super boring. Some men stop doing those healthy things altogether. Porn is like a tapeworm parasite, okay? And the best parasite doesn't let the host know that it's on board. It just slowly starts siphoning up resources from you. Your energy, your confidence, your friendliness, your lust, and even your boner. And what's left of you now? A drained zombie with no dick. Sounds like a great quality of life, no? This is why so many men don't even know that the porn in their life is a problem or that they are actually addicted. They might just feel things like social anxiety, lack of motivation, depression, and of course, erectile dysfunction or ED. And if you don't believe me, just get on Reddit and read some forums on porn addiction and recovery, or go to yourbrainonporn.com and read those same lists and lists of recoveries. There are men out there who are virgins and they cannot lose their virginity to a real girl because of their ED. There are men who have pressured their wives to go on OnlyFans and to sell her body with him online, and that still doesn't get him to have an erection for her. And so she quit. She's like, no, I don't want to sell my body online. And then he gets pissed off. Like, what? You don't want to sell your body online for me? Like, since when do we need our wives to become whores in order for us to get turned on, guys? I have personally spoken to men who are stuck in this cycle, and it is really, really heart-wrenching. I'm making jokes. I'm trying to have fun with this, but it's seriously a real problem. I get it. I went through a little addiction phase when I was grieving my husband and I was pregnant. It was a strange concoction of grief and hormones and porn. It hit a point where regular porn didn't do it for me anymore. So I started watching horror porn. Horror porn. That's how it works, folks. It escalates. You think, nah, I'm just watching the normal stuff. But before you know it, you look at your porn search and you're wondering, damn, what the fuck am I even into now? Am I gay or a pedophile, or am I into creepy octopus men drugging and raping me? And guess what? The porn industry knows this, and they feed off of your addiction. They want you stuck, numb, and miserable, so you keep coming back. And what's really twisted, guys, is that porn is actually linked to suicide. There is a link between porn usage and homicide, rape, and even school shootings. If you think you have an innocent porn habit, I wonder what that habit will look like in 1 year from today. And this is not just an American problem. Porn addiction is spreading everywhere. It's rampant. It's like a pandemic. I mean, everybody who has access to the internet has access to OnlyFans, cam girls, the tubes, and even virtual reality porn. Okay, there is good news here. Men who quit porn, they can reboot their entire lives. And like I've said earlier, you can feel like a completely new person. Men who have quit porn report that their confidence skyrockets. They actually want real sex again. They are focused, energy and drive to life comes back. They sleep better. They feel joy in the small moments again. Also, I've spoken to a man personally who said he looks at women way differently. He's like, wow, women actually have this wonderful spirit and this glow to them, and they have so much to say. And I'm sitting here like, is that so? Listen, if you're feeling any form of shame, just stop. If you think you have a porn addiction, just be curious about it, observe it, watch it, and if you think you need resources, seek resources. I'm a resource, and I have many resources for you. One of my favorite resources is a book called Your Brain on Porn, and that's also a website, so yourbrainonporn.com. You can see a bunch of statistics and recovery stories, and this will motivate you to stop. If this hits home for you, don't just keep scrolling, do something, because this is a huge problem in our society. If you're struggling and you need someone to talk to, my DMs are always open. I would love if I could get some comments on this YouTube video about your porn habit, your addiction, or your recovery, because more men need to know that this is normal. The majority of men that I've talked to in my entire life have had some relationship to porn. And like I've told you, I have had a relationship to porn as well. It's okay. Let's talk about it. Let's figure out our way through together. Let's wake the fuck up and get our power back. Fuck the system. Fuck the porn industry. Porn. Porn, 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 porn. Oh, how I love you. Porn. You've been a homie my whole life. You've been such a fucking homie. Did you know that on forums and online, they're actually using the little corn emoji instead of writing out the word porn? So I'll be reading and it'll be like, caught my husband with corn again. And I'll be like, what? Oh, porn. Oh, okay. All right. Phew. I thought he was just doing something weird with corn, because that would be way more alarming.